afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome, guys. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I had lots to do. I was exceptionally busy in the home and with my sister. So, a lot of things to sort out. Right, guys. Today, I've been asked, I'm trying to think how long ago. I think maybe about 4 weeks ago. It's a long time, but I've been asked if I could do a lantern arrangement. A lady's just not long been, doing her arrangements, and she's interested in creating a lantern arrangement, but she's not quite sure how to do it. So I've got this white lantern here with the handle, and also you hole here where I'm going to attach it. And I haven't put a candle in, but you can put a candle in, or you can put just a single flower in, or you can put just a little arrangement in the bottom, or something like that, or a crystal ornamental piece, whether it be a rose or a flower, something in crystal, or just put lights inside. So we're going to do that. I'm going to bring the camera down. I have got some ribbon. I've used this one earlier to when I was arranging something, so it's slightly twisted, and then I realized I wanted something different, so I took it apart. So I'm going to use that on this one, and I've got a piece of apple stuck in my teeth. So I've got out some of my single sage leaves, what are the texture of lamb's ear. They don't say on here, but I know they are, let me think. I said I know. Birch, I think they're birch leaves. I've got some full stems, and I've also got some oddments. I've got some wispy long, just grass. I've bent the stems over and attached them with a rubber band so they can sit in my bucket. I've placed the odd ones on single stems in case I want single ones as well. So we've got those. Now I went into my oddments, oddments bucket, and I found 5 of these plastic ruscus. So I may incorporate those. And I've also found some more oddments of the forsythia leaf without the yellow flower as well. So I may incorporate those. Now for our flowers, I have got some peonies. Now, these are the vintage ones. I've only got 3 stems out because I may not even use the 3. But these are the vintage ones, and they are absolutely beautiful with a 2-tone peach and like a coral pink as well. And they really are pretty. So I thought, what could I do to go with like a peach and a pink coral colour? I know. I'm going to get some hydrangeas out. I've got 2 different colours. Well, not colours. 2 different hydrangeas, but the same colour. Obviously the traditional one that we have here in the peach. So we've got those. I've got 3 out of those as well. So I thought those. And then these ones I love. And these are the hydrangeas as well. And I've got 3 stems of the same colour. Aren't they divine? And to place them along something that's darker in tone really, really stand out. So I thought, why not? I was thinking of getting something white. I just sat here thinking about white, just something of a smaller flower. I was thinking of maybe either the calla lilies or the mini roses, or some wildflower as well, something like that. I just couldn't make my mind up. I'll probably see as we go along and see. I do really think that we need to add a bit of white, so hence the reason I'm going to use this, what I decided not to earlier. So, and these have peonies on as well. So I'm going to bring the camera down and I'm going to show you how to do a lantern. So one moment, guys. So let's just bring it down like so. Now, do I bring... They're quite nice. I may use... Oops a daisy. Oh my gosh, everything's falling out. Oh, let's just push everything back in. I think that bucket's a bit overloaded. Right, so I have these wildflowers in white. And I also have these snowdrops in white as well. So we'll see. They're the longest stems, so we'll see as we go along. Right. Oh, I know what I haven't got. And what you're going to need is cable ties, your snips, and obviously your lantern. And maybe scissors if you're having a bow. I'm not sure. I may just have tail ends. But and that is really all you need. And then whatever you may want to place inside. I'm not going to place anything in here. I did have an artificial candle and I don't know where I placed it, but it's somewhere. So the handle on the lantern, if you have one, I always bring around to the back because you're not going to see it even if it's at the front, but I place it out of the way for the floral arrangement to sit at the front. Right, let's just get our snips and our cable ties ready. Right, now this isn't like, I mean, you could do it like this, I guess, on a wreath. Let's find out where this started. I can see some oddments, but they're not very long stems. So I may save them for some around the side. Crikey, this is trying to get them out. I can't seem to get the rubber band off. It's attached around something. Oh, here. So so you're maybe gonna need to get some like medium to large length stems, depending on how long you would like it. And these are really long stems. So instead of placing your stems into a wreath, these you do one point in one end and one the opposite, so they're both facing outwards. So I'm just going to measure how long. Right, that is exceptionally long. So I'm wondering then if that one may be okay. Oh. And that one. So let's have a look and cross them over. Is, you know, so they're both, you've got alongside each other. Instead of joining them here, cross them over like so. So I'm just again going to measure. Yeah, that seems to be fine. So, I mean, you can, obviously you can manipulate it. Spread it out a little so it's got movement. And again, keep them crossed over here. Now, if you can't seem to keep the beginning of your arrangement together, get just a little piece of floral wire just to hold the first two in place, and just wrap that around. Just around the first two. So it gives you basically your starter point. You don't need to wrap all the wire around. So I'll snip some off. So there's your starter point. Again, they're both crossed over. And that is where we start. So before I carry on, let's see about some of these smaller pieces of this foliage. Some are longer. Right, I've got a longer piece here. Now we're going to do the same. So now, in fact, you could actually place this on top, because this is more bushier than this is more airy. So you could like decide where you'd like to cut your stem, similar length to what you've just done, and place it on, or I'm going to change my mind, so I'm going to place these grasses on top like so, and then I'm going to get another one, again similar length, and all you're doing is placing it. Again, always cross your stems over. So we'll place that one underneath as well. Again, if you don't have cable ties, you can use floral wire. Now we have, let's have a look. I'm going to just see which one. I think that those would look better there. So again, get another two and place this now on top of the grass. And that's all you keep doing, is layering it up, you know, one on top of the other, one on top of the other. So you can do that, but again, make sure they cross over. Now you can get something like this and bring it out to the side, but just again place it on top, and you can manipulate it to the side once it is fastened down. So now I've got all of those all crossed over together in the center. I'm going to get a cable tie. I'm going to go under the bottom one, and then I'm going to place a cable tie on this side to grab the stems there. And then I'm going to place one under here. And this is just so they don't move. I usually place one in the center, but these stems are not very long. And then once you've done that, cut off your cable tie. I tend to bring these square bits on the cable tie to the top because I don't want them hanging and catching on anything underneath. So now you've got that, they're all fastened in. So you can now manipulate one of those to the side and bring this one to this side. And you can lift, and I tend to fluff up as well, more nearer to the end than I would on every layer that I'm creating. But it would look like that if you fluff it up. And you can use as many of the foliage that you've got out as you wish, you know, but shorter ones on top, and keep layering it up. Now I've got another one of these. I could place another one of those. So let's place that one there. Again, I'm going to put it in the center, in the middle. And then I've got another one. And I'll just cross those over again. Every level you do or layer, cross them over. Now, I will be coming this side. So I may decide I want something here. So I'll place in a smaller one here. And I'll place in a smaller one here. And then I will manipulate those two off to the side. And then I may get a grass as well, again. A smaller one. And a smaller one. So one can go either side as well. As you notice, I'm keeping hold of them in the center. I'm not letting go. And then I may decide that I would like, if I can pull one out, a sage leaf coming off to the side. So I'll just place one on top again. Again, I'll just pull it out. And one facing this way. So now I will get a cable tie, go under again, or floral wire. I tend to preferably use cable tie because they tend to hold them in, you know, your stems in better. Cut that off. Now you see I've got a longer stem here. Oops, I've cut the cable tie. Sorry. Let's do that again. So where did I find that long stem? Here. Now you'll see I've got a longer stem. So it saves them going into your foliage. I will cut that down, but not right next to the cable tie. I will give it about an inch or so and just snip that off. There's a little one here that's slightly longer, and I'll do the same there. And then you can look on the opposite side again. This helps tremendously as you are working along. Here is a long one, so we'll just snip that. And also, if you think it's not holding, don't be afraid to grab either another cable tie or this little bit of wire I've got left, just to give it a little bit more support to hold your stems together. And then I twist it and then just fold it over. So now we have that. I will bring, if I grab the one to the side, is it this one? I have to look which one. No, it's this one. I'll bring this to the side and this one to this side. And then I had that there. Or did that go under? No. I can turn, if you can't turn the leaf, you just pull it off if you can and stick it back on. And then we will have as well. I've just seen another stem that's a little bit long. So then you end up like that. And then we did get these as well. So I'm bringing one out to the side as well. Like that. So you end up with like a diamond shape. I don't think, let me move some of these stems. Just going to move some so they're out of the way. So and sometimes you know, again, like I said, you can place on different layers on top of each other. So I would probably place another one of those on. Just trying to turn around some of the leaves. like so. Again, I'm going to add some more of these in. And then I want to add in some of these because I want these to go to the side. So we'll place in. And these are push-ups, so they give you that length that you require. And again, you could have one coming out from the side. So I'm going to place one on top of there. And one on top of there. So I've got 3. So then now get the whole of your stems, not just some, and go under the bottom again. And pull tight. And I'm going on either side. If you can hear the wind, guys, I'm sorry, it's very windy today. And just pull as tight as you can again. And again. One there. And we will, like I say, fluff these up. And I've got just a few little stems here that are slightly long, and I've just cut my hand on them. And here also. So there is your arrangement, and you can just keep checking because it is going to sit at an angle like that. So you can just keep checking that it's long enough, because when we've done, we will bend the top over. Now, do I place just one? Let me take the tag off. One hydrangea in the middle and have that like so. I think so. So because the stem is exceptionally large, can I get it on a pick? Oh. So I'm going to pull it off the main stem, and I'm going to place in one of my picks, which is smaller and thinner, and I'm going to have that there. So I'm going to place this. I can't get it through the cable tie, so I wonder if I can. No. So I'm going to put, I think, that there, and then I'm just measuring where I want to cut it. I think I'm going to cut it before I put a cable tie on the stem there. And then I've got the longer ones. I'm going to bring on the ends. Let me just, I might keep, these aren't as thick, these stems, so I may keep those. So I'm going to cut, and I'm measuring where I want the stem to go. So I'm going to cut another one and measure how much from the bottom, so it's the same length that the stem is before I cut it, and then just snip. I will save those in case I need them. And then I'm going to place this one, and I'm overlapping it again with that in the center. Oops, flowers just come off. We put a bit of glue on this flower. Go. So I've got those like that. I'm not going to use any more of the round-headed ones, or the last, the third. Or the long hydrangea. And then I'm going to bring, I wonder if I could take these off as well. Or do I leave it as is? I want these quite short. I think I'm going to see. Just try one to start with. If I can pull it off. Right. And it's got a leaf, so I'll put the leaf with it. And again, just get a pick. So put those together. And I'm going to place those here to start with, because I want to overlap them. So I'm going to do the same with this and get a single leaf. And put the leaf and the peony together. And I'm crossing them over again in the center, because these are going to be bent out towards the side. Now I do have this bud with 2 sets of leaves, so I may put that and have them. Let's use it all when you use the 2 sets of leaves as well. Or is it 3 sets? 3 sets of leaves. Crikey, I can't count. So because I don't want the big flower alongside the big hydrangea. I'm just thinking, do I place the two of the leaves and another one, so they've all got two each. So if I take 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm just, if you know what I mean, just place another set of leaves with the big one, the big peony, and just have let me just place that there, 2 instead of just 1. I know it seems like I'm faffing today. It is late. Right. So 2 leaves with the buds as well. So they're going to come out and these are going to go in the centre. So I'm going to attach those slightly later. So I'm going to go under again. I can grab a cable tie. And just make sure that all your ends of your stems are in the cable tie. And then I'm going to go again this side. I'm using some flat nose pliers to give me a bit more pull on the cable tie. So now we're going to get the peony leaf and the peony and the other peony leaf and bring those to the side, and then we'll do the same with this one. Let's now lift up the hydrangea, the peony leaf, the peony, and then the other peony leaf. So it's filling in the sides as well. So if you can see, let me just see if I can, no, that's hard to pull. I just want to pull it a little bit more so it's not stuck. And again, these will all be, they look flat to start with, but we are going to fluff it all up. So try not to worry about that. So we've got now our little buds. Just thinking, now I'm going to place them there. So again, our peony and bud with the leaves. And I'm going to cross those over just in there. And I'm going to do the same on this side and cross those over and place those there as well. I just want smaller buds here. Now I do have the other, I've got other coloured peonies, well, similar. Because I want this to be a peachy one. Oh, here's my cat, guys. And he's going to get right in front of the camera. And as you can see, I'm just crossing them over all the time. And it's just to fill it up. Right, let me just see if I can get... Now I've got some what is slightly... I wonder if they will be... Or do I use the cream roses? No, we'll use these. Right, I've got these. And I can do the same. We've got a lighter foliage. 1, 2, 3, and a bud. I'll keep the bud on the stem. So then I want a big one again. And 2 smaller ones. Keep those there. And I'm going to do the same with these. Don't worry about seeing the cable tie at the back. You can cover that up. So I'm just putting new picks in. Right, so we've got 2 big ones and 4 smaller ones. Isn't that a lovely colour? So because we've got the flowers here, here, on here and at each side, I'm thinking something of the peach colour to go slightly further out here. So I could put a medium one there and a small one here. And then, or do I? No, I'll save those. I'll put the medium ones here. So we've got that colour just sitting out further like that. And then I've got the two longer ones. I may go underneath here and go slightly, just slightly further out, like so. So I'll attach those ones later. So cable tie again. So I'm going to attach these after I've attached all the foliage and the buds. So that there. Again, you don't have to fluff them up till the end. Sorry, I was just concentrating there. So I'm going under yet again. So we'll just lift that rosebud up a little. Just snip that off. So that's how we've got those. And then another one on the other end where I will go under again. And just bring up as you add more, your stem becomes thicker. So lift that one. Just bend it a little bit more this way. So that's what we have at the moment. And again, it's going to sit up here like this. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's going to sit at the top. Now I've got these. I am thinking, because I want I may not even place a bow in and save that for another project. So again, now I want these in. So I want one here. I'm gonna just place that there. Let me just push it down a little bit more. And I'm going to push this through some of the stems. I can't get it through. Like that. And I want that one there. And then I want this one there. Like that. What was I going to do with these? Oh, come out from the sides. Just a little bit further. So I'm going to just bend it here a minute. Bring that probably like that. I'll just place these in straight instead of bending them. And then get another, it's a lot of cable ties. And I'm going to go under again. I'm making sure that I've got the, let's see, the floral wires in. So I'm just going to slightly place that on. So that needs to go through the cable tie. And that does. So. And again, do the same on the other side. And make sure go on, good boy. Make sure this one here, what's coming from the side, is going through my cable tie as well. Right, so now I'm going to just manipulate some of the floral. And then we'll fluff it up. Let me turn it around so I can see. Right, now I'm going to fluff this up. And then this will tell me if I feel I need anything else adding in. So just go around each flower and foliage. Lift up towards the sky. So it gives that fullness. And I think something's needed here. So you've got that effect. Let me move that. In these soft, subtle tones. But I think I don't want to put the same floral in constantly. Do I place in? You can now check if you feel you want to add in more floral or foliage. Again, I want this slim. I don't want it, again, you know, I don't want it too full. You can add in a loop and just add it in something there and here. I had some bigger leaves and I don't know what I've done with them. Oh, here they are. I've got these 2 leaves what are quite big. And I'm going to place these on picks also. Don't want those. Now I'm thinking of placing one either end, if I can just push it in, just either side of, because they are hydrangea leaves, just either side of the hydrangea in there. I think that will be better. So I'm going to cut the stem short because I don't need it that long. And I'm going to see if I can force it in, because I can see a little gap where I may be able to force it in on, oh, I don't know, under the cable tie. Perhaps not. It's too solid. Molly! Oh, he's just gone and, oh my goodness, he's just gone and pulled off a flower off one of my stems. I'm going to get a piece of, because it's only one stem, a piece of floral wire, twist it like you would. Cut a bit off. And place that there. And then I'll do the same with this one. And I'm going to bring that one under here. Around there. And I'm going to twist this one around as well. Around the stem. I can just go under again. And I'm going under like I did with the cable ties, with the floral wire. Just push it a little bit further down. And I'll cut that off as well, and then wrap a little bit. So, for that reason, I'll then place a little board on top. So we've now got our arrangement that you can place on, and again, grab another cable tie. That's what it looks like on the back. Lots of cable ties, so you can have I got a spare one? Oh, just grab one of these. These are in single picks. Get a leaf and then stick it on there. Cut the stem right down. Get your glue gun. I haven't got mine on. And this is just to hide your mechanics. Go and stick that over the center, so that hides your mechanics. You can, if you want, glue it more under there and stick it down and have it like that. I'm leaving it more natural. Let me put a little bit more glue on so it looks like it's got a little bit of movement. So we'll stick it like that. So then now you're going to want your cable tie again. You may need the longer ones. I'll just use the short ones. Didn't I have a longer one? That's a pity. Oh, it's the wrong colour. And now you're going to want to decide where you would like your arrangement. Now I'm going to have it around this height. I may need to bring the camera up so you can see. So let's just slightly lift or come back a little. So I'm going to want about here. So now I'm going to thread my cable tie through to the opposite side, and then I'm going to get my arrangement, and I'm going to go now over the top with the cable tie. So go over the top with your flowers. Just get that leaf out. It's a little bit fiddly. I just want to make sure that the cable ties around the correct way. And then I'm going to fasten the cable tie. This one is just so I can place it just in the area that I would like it to sit. This piece at the top you bend just slightly over, give it a tilt so it looks like it's going up and then over. Oh yeah, put it on right side of the door. And then this one I'm going to just slightly bend the main stem down. Now I'm going to get, I do prefer the bigger cable ties. Here we go. And we will fluff it up again once we've got how, you know, the floral arrangement sitting how we'd like it. So I've got that one on, so I'm going to go under. You can go whichever side, you haven't got to go under, but I'm just going under, I lift and go through the hole again. And then bring this over the top. You just stand up. Right, I'm going to just cut that cable tie. Now, this you can now place in your bow if you want to place in a bow. And now you can just fluff up to however you'd like it to sit. Oops. So I'm going to, because I feel that there's something needed. Excuse me. I'm going to just do, I don't know whether to do one loop or, I'm going to do just one loop with two tail ends. So I'm just going to cut, I'm going to cut one tail end shorter. And I'm going to use just a floral wire. I'm going to pinch it. And I'm going to bend the ends over because it is in, you know, fused. Which means it's got 2 ribbons in one and then sewn together. And I'm going to place it like here, and then I'm going to place one here. I could place, if I've got any left, I may place one at the back. But with this, because it's a floral wire, go away, go on. I'm going to wrap it around one of the stems, and you won't see it, so I'm going to wrap it around one of the floral or foliage stems. I'm going to make sure, you know, it's quite tough, it's not loose or anything. So I'm just going around the stem with the wire that I've placed around the loop. So I've placed that like that. Now, if you feel that you can still, you know, you want to cover the mechanics on your wire that you've just placed around, get a leaf, just cut one off, add a bit of glue on the underside. I can get it. I didn't really put much glue on there. And then where the wire is, just stick that leaf on it, on the wire, so it's hidden. So then we'll do it again. Get the ribbon, bend over, pinch, then twist it. Again, I'm using the floral wire because I can then wrap it around a stem and then twist at the back with the wire. Bend over the ends. And then I'm going to do the same thing just here. And I'm going to wrap that around a floral stem. I can see one here. Looks quite, can easily take the weight. So I'm just again wrapping it around that stem. Get another leaf. I should put my glue gun on, you know, but I always forget. And then stick that over the wire. So then that hides that as well. So then you've got that, and then I've got a little bit more left. So I'm just going to do one loop with one tail end. And I'm going to do the same thing, pinch it, twist to the back, and then I'm going to just place that one around this flower stem. Let me just cut the stem a little bit shorter because it is quite long, or the floral wire should I say. And then that is just that single loop again with another leaf, so it doesn't look out of place, that you can see your mechanics. And let's just stick that on there. So the one at the back isn't as long. So I've now placed just a smaller loop at the back. So that is your candle stick arrangement. You can have this higher up if you want it to just stick higher up, and have that lower so it goes down like so. And you don't have to have ribbon. But that is our project for today. Sorry, it's been a long, maybe a long video. I've got my cat, he's going through that phase where he's starting to chew everything again. You know, in here he likes to play with my flowers. He's gone through the playful mood of playing with my flowers and thinking that there's something he can chew, unfortunately, like he just has done over there. So let's just move all these out of the way and put the bands back on them so they don't go all over the floor. So if you've got a candlestick holder and you wish to make a nice spring or summer arrangement, then have a go, because I think that they're lovely things to have, you know, because sometimes you will find a person who's not really one for wreaths or any, you know, things like that. They just prefer a lantern, a candlestick, you know, something along those lines, what's a bit more smaller in length as well as height. And, you know, do something like that, but they'd like it to be also like a centerpiece as well, you know, when they walk through the door. that it's, you know, on a table, that it may be noticed instead of having a wreath on their door. Again, because not everybody likes that sort of thing. So, you know, give it a go. Have fun in whatever colour you choose to do. And I'm sure you will enjoy doing it. Because I love them. It's alright, I'm just moving things out of the cat's way. The cat. So place those there. So let me just bring up the camera. So let's just do that. So there we have it. Doesn't that look absolutely pretty? With just that little soft touch with that, you know, the ribbon. Again, you don't have to do a bow, you know, a full bow. You can just do one with just one loop, or you could just do tail ends, you know, with soft in colour to match the colour that we, you know, done on here. And, you know, peaches, I don't really get many orders for people who want an arrangement or a wreath in the colours of peach, or coffee colours, but I think they are stunning colours, you know, very soft, and I think, you know, quite warmy as well, you know, and romantic and elegant. I think they're lovely and elegant, and you know, that sat maybe with lights in, or a little candle or a tea light at the bottom, you know, just glistening away while you sat in front, you know, in your lounge, maybe watching telly, or maybe just reading a book, anything like that, with this, you know, sitting there, and you look up and it, you know, it just makes you feel gooey, I guess, if that's the right word, but it would me. So give it a go, guys. And again, if you've got peach arrangement, you know, peach florals, and you've got your foliage, have a go. But, you know, again, try to use the foliage because it's coming down, depending on how long you want it. I like mine quite large, so I needed something in a floral that was long and got a long stem, and also it would be noticeable at the bottom. You don't want something like, oh, well, let's see, let me think, like an anemone just stuck there, because it's flat, in, you know, it's rounded. You want something long, maybe delphinium, maybe lupins. You could even have feathers hanging there, or, you know, with some fern and things like that, added in, what's long, or some wispy foliage, or long eucalyptus spray, or you can buy them in single stems. Add those in for length as well, you know, and something like that, instead of a flat headed flower. Use your focal flower in the center, you know, something big, whether it be a peony, a protea, a hydrangea, a big rose, oh my goodness, a sunflower, you know, anything like that. But I do suggest, you don't have to, but I do suggest to bring in a long floral here, because it elongates that point. If you don't have long florals like this, then just bring down, even it's a round headed floral, and place lots of florals, or not lots, but place florals around it that are, you know, being shaped into a point, and, you know, and define that point with the florals, with the smaller florals, things like that. And you will have such good fun doing them. And once you make one, you're going to want to start making them all around your house. I used to. I wanted them in every room. So whichever colour you're going to do it in, whether it be the bright summery summer colours, you know, bright oranges and yellows and reds, you know, in vibrant colours, things like that, or purples and yellows, or even just whites, that would be really pretty. Or peaches, or, you know, corals and anything, guys, whichever colour you decide. Have fun and enjoy. And thank you again for answering my, you know, commenting on my video. I really do appreciate it, guys. I know I've been in and out of making videos just lately, but obviously my mum, and also I've not been well from the fall, and other things have popped up. So yeah, for my sister, and you know, things like that, and I need to be there for my sister. So you know, I truly appreciate your understanding of that sort of, you know, thing. So have a wonderful day. Please subscribe, share and like. Bring everybody along. Bring them to come and join us, in even if it's just to watch and not to create, but you know, just to have fun, and maybe you might end up wanting to do something for yourself. So have a wonderful day. God bless, guys, and good health, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Let's just take off. Oops, daisy. So there's the lovely peach coloured hydrangea, the round one. And then you've got this one here, the long one where it's got seeds on, where some of the flowers haven't budded yet. And then you've got some of these roses here. No, peonies, they're peonies. And they are as well in the coral with the like peach as well. And then you've got your wildflower in white. And then you've got your plastic ruscus, your plastic grass, your sage leaf, and your beautiful bow, you know, with the lovely ribbon. And then what else did we add in, guys? Oh, and you've got your forsythia, which hasn't flowered. And then you've got your birch as well. So give it a go, guys. Have fun. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.